Welcome everybody home. Thanks for coming. Grab bolster, couple blankets, couple blocks, or things you can use like that, like pillows and water bottles are great for blocks. And we'll get started. So, you guys, is there anything that you want to work on today?
Shoulders are almost tight.
Shoulders, got it.
Works.
Right, shoulders.
Yeah.
Lower back, like kind of hip back, lower area.
Okay, cool.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Hips,
Hips.
got it. Lots of bridges. Yeah.
Yeah. Or
That would be good. Inside joke, you guys. All right, so let's go ahead and lie down on your back. Let's start there. Put a block next to you so that you can grab it here in a moment. And just lie on your back. Place your feet flat on the ground. Knock your knees together. And just let yourself settle into the shape. Go ahead and take a couple deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. Go ahead in through the nose, out through the mouth again. Do that a few more times if you need to, but when you're starting to feel settled in your body and in your breath, close the mouth and breathe in and out of the nose. Place your hands on your low belly. Palms are flat. And touch the tip of your thumb and the tip of your pointer fingers together. So you'll make a little upside down triangle shape. And then begin to consciously breathe into your low belly so that your hands lift on the inhalation and lower on the exhalation. Just do that a few times. Breathing down into the belly as much as you can. Really good. A couple more breaths. Really let your body and your mind settle a little more with each breath. Let's hug the knees into the chest. Give them a little squeeze. You might enjoy rocking side to side. You might enjoy little circles with the knees. But whatever you want to do, you might just want to hug and hold. Whatever feels right in your body, just start moving a little bit. Feeling into the bodies. Tends to stretch the low back or the back of the legs or glute area. And then take a few moments to circle out your ankles, starting in one direction, and then after a few rotations, turning around and going the other direction. Point and flex your toes. So really open up the toes as wide as you can, then scrunch them together. Just do that a couple times. Good, let's keep the right knee into the chest and extend your left leg out straight. Lay it flat down onto your mat. And then circle the right knee a couple times. Just finding some motion in the low back, glute area. Just finding a little relationship to it here. After a couple rotations, grab onto your right knee with your left hand and then pull that leg right across your body. Come into a twist. Reach the right arm directly out to the right and look to your right fingers. Find a nice twist here. Do your best to get your right hip to stack right up over the top of your left, even if that means the right shoulder lifts. And then take a couple of deep breaths in that twist. In through the nose and out through the nose. I always find it helpful to put my left hand on my right hip and encourage that right hip to move away from your head. 2 more deep breaths here. On your next inhalation, roll onto your back again and switch your legs so the left knee comes into your chest and the right leg extends out straight. And then just take that left knee in a few circles. Just finding a little bit of movement again in the hip, low back area. After a couple rotations, grab onto your left knee with your right hand and pull it across your body into a twist. Reach the left arm right out to the left, directly out like you're making a T shape. Look towards the left fingers. And then just notice your hips in space. You don't have to look to see if you can find a relationship to it. Stack your left hip directly over the top of your right, even if it means the left shoulder lifts. And then take a few deep breaths, maybe encouraging the left hip to move away from your head and placing the right hand there, just gently pressing away from you. Enjoy the next couple breaths here in this twist. On your next inhalation, come back onto your back again and place the soles of your feet flat on the ground. Lift your hips up and grab that block that you put next to you earlier. Put it under the hip on the lowest setting. Put it right underneath the sacrum. You can adjust this as we move into this a little bit more. We're going to use the block to massage the low back a little bit. So hug your knees into your chest with your hips still remaining on that block. And then rock a little bit side to side. Again, you can adjust where that block is. Now that the knees are in, it changes a little bit. Just rock a little side to side. The pressure of that block should massage the low back or the upper glutes. You can play with drawing the knees in closer, moving the knees farther away. It tends to massage a different area. Take a few more breaths here. Take it slow and easy, just really giving yourself time to be in your body. Now over the next couple of breaths, when you feel complete here, place your feet down on the ground again, flat on the ground. And once the feet are flat, just take a moment to let the hips really settle down into the blocks. And if you'd like to, straighten out your left leg. If that feels good, okay, and not like a major stretch, you can play with straightening out the right leg. Okay, now if you have both legs straight and it feels like too much, bend both of them just a little bit. Just a little bit. It should loosen up that. If it's still not enough, if you still have a little tension in the low back, bend your right knee. Keep the left leg straight. You can go side to side here. We'll take a couple breaths wherever you are. And just feel the gentle stretch along the front line of your body. The hips open. Gently draw the shoulder blades together under your back and lift the heart. Now, if you are doing this one-sided and your right knee is bent, draw the left leg in and straighten out the right. We'll take a few more deep breaths. Just allow yourself to become more and more present to your own body, the sensations in your body, the feeling of moving and breathing and being right here. How you do it is less important than that you just are present to it. How the breath moves, the length or the depth of your breath. Just find a presence to it. Find a relationship to it. Now, as you're feeling complete here, slowly drag one heel in, followed by the other, until both of your feet are, again, flat on the ground. And then as you breathe in again, hug your knees one more time in towards your chest. Just rock side to side. Giving one last little massage in the glutes. Beautiful. When you're complete, place your feet down on the ground again and lift your hips. Move the block off to the side and put your hips back down. Separate your feet a little wider apart, so they might be about as wide apart as your mat. And then lower both of your knees down to the right. Find a gentle stretch out through the left knee. If you want, you can reach the left arm straight up over your head and lengthen out the whole left side of your body. Just 2 deep breaths here. Now on your next inhale, knees come back up, the right arm comes in if you've extended it out. Lower the knees down to the left as you exhale. Gently stretch out through the right knee. Maybe the right arm goes up over your head if you want that extra bonus stretch through the side of your left body or the right side of your body. Just take a few deep breaths. Really good, you guys. On your next inhalation, knees come back up, and then hug both of your knees into your chest and roll over to one side into a fetal position. Nice and slowly, use your arms to press yourself upright, coming into a seat. Place the soles of your feet together, Baddha Konasana. Grab onto your ankles or your shins or anywhere that's comfortable. And then sit up really tall so the spine gets long. Press the soles of your feet together. You'll feel your inner thighs engage. And then find your glute muscles. That'll make your knees lower. Right? So you want to consistently hold the glutes and press the soles of your feet. It actually is kind of hard to do both. You can get the soles of the feet to press and then your glutes disengage. Engage the glutes and the soles of the feet don't press. So find a place where you can do both a little bit. Sit up a little bit taller and maybe lean forward. Keep pressing the soles of the feet together. Take about 2 deep breaths. Now move your right hand over to grab onto your left leg or the outside of your left foot, whatever's comfortable. And then we'll twist to the left. Just take a couple deep breaths here. Good. Now on your next inhale, come back to center. And as you exhale, switch that. Grab onto your right leg or the outer edge of the right foot and twist to the right. And take a couple deep breaths here. Beautiful. Come back to center as you breathe in, and then swing your feet to one side. You can pop right up into a tabletop. Close your eyes for a moment and feel your hands and your knees on the ground. And spread your fingertips apart. Feel the spread. Don't look. Just feel the fingertips spread. Feel the palms grounding into the ground. Feel the knees, the tops of your feet. And then when you're ready, as you breathe in, arch your spine up and kind of curl in towards your belly button. And as you exhale, arch the spine down and reach the center of your chest forward, like you're trying to press it through your arms. And then breathe in and arch in, round in. Exhale, arch down, reach out through the center of your chest. Cat cows. Let's do that a couple more times with your breath. Really good. Come back to neutral and just find neutral. Again, eyes are closed if you're comfortable. And I just want you to feel this. The low belly gently engages to support a very long and straight spine. Take a couple breaths and notice that feeling. Now, keeping the low belly engaged, curl the toes under and start to slowly lift your hips up and back, really angling them up and back. Keep your knees bent so that you can get a lot of length in the spine, so you're not really involving the length of your hamstrings or the tightness of your hamstrings in this. And really push the hips up and back, lengthen the arms out. And just take a couple deep breaths, feeling the length in your back. Now, if you want to, you can do a few things here. You can wag your hips a little bit side to side. You can straighten one leg, getting a little back of the leg stretch, and just go side to side. You can stay still. You can look under the shoulders for a little shoulder twist, upper back twist. So allow yourself to really feel the pose. In other words, close your eyes if you're comfortable and just feel it. I notice for myself, at least, when the eyes are open, I'm searching for something that's outside of me. So closing the eyes seems to really help finding a deeper connection. Good. 2 more deep breaths. Just finding some movement or stillness, whatever your body needs. Good. Now, as you inhale, come forward to a plank pose. And it's the beginning of the class. You might want to take this on the knees. You can also do it on the toes. We'll take a deep breath in together here. And as you exhale, bend your elbows and lower your body all the way down to the ground. Keep the hands by the lower ribs, and as you inhale, lift the head, neck, and chest into a low cobra. Using just the muscles in your back, so maybe you even hover the hands to not use them. We'll just pause here. You're looking down slightly, so the back of your neck is long. Just take about 5 deep breaths. Feel the back body engage. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Press the tops of your feet and your knees down. One more deep breath, and as you exhale, lower down and look to the right. And stretch your right arm out, so you're making a T shape with just the right arm. Good. And then as you inhale, come back to center. So you're going to lift the head, neck, and chest. The right hand comes back in. You lift into a low cobra again. And then as you exhale, lower down and look to the left. Stretch your left arm straight out to the left, like you're making a half of a T shape. And then inhale, come back to center. Left arm in, you lift into a low cobra again. Then exhale, look to the right. Right arm stretches out. Inhale, low cobra again. Exhale, lower and look to the left. And inhale, low cobra. Do that 2 more times to each side. Just find your own pace, your own breath. And again, encouragement to close the eyes and just feel the movement. There really is no right or wrong here. There's just a relationship between your mind, your body, your breath. When you're done with 2 rounds, you can just pause. We'll all catch up to each other. Beautiful. Press the hands down into the mat, lift your hips, and stretch your hips all the way back to your feet. Child's pose. Really reach the arms forward. I like to imagine that my hands are like stuck to the mat as I press the hips back, stretching everything out. Beautiful. 1 more deep breath. Plant your elbows down and lift your butt up so you're kind of in a tabletop with your elbows on the ground. And just make it number 11 with your forearms. And then curl your toes under and lift your hips up. Make sure you keep your shoulders over the elbows. They tend to want to either come forward or back, really depending on how your body is structured. And as you keep those shoulders right over the elbows, walk your feet in a little bit and lift your hips really high, Dolphin Pose. Now, here's the fun of Dolphin Pose. It sucks. The challenge is to hold the pose, keep your composure, keep your breath, keep your focus. Lift those hips a little bit higher. Just let your body shake if it's shaking. Notice the will it takes to stay. Notice that you're building with each breath. Take 3 more deep breaths. We're almost there. All right, as you exhale, walk your feet back. Come into a forearm plank, I know. Right now, really keeping your torso strong. Lower your hips, so don't just let go to lower them down. Lower the hips and lift the heart up. Good. Sphinx pose. Draw your elbows back, reach your heart forward, and take a couple deep breaths here. That's it. One more full deep breath. As you exhale, lower all the way down and sweep your hands back behind you. Interlace them. Interlace, squeeze the palms together and get them as close as you can. Make sure you don't lock your elbows, but try to lift your hands up off your backside. Nice little shoulder stretch. And keeping the hands lifted, look to the right, and then look to the left. And go back and forth a couple of times. Nice little neck stretch. Find center, so your forehead on the mat. Press into your feet and your hips. Lift your head, neck, and chest. Cobra pose. And then swing your hands slightly to the left and look to the right. Come back to center. Hands slightly to the right, look to the left. Just do that one more time to each side. So good. Come back to center, lift up a little bit higher, and then lower everything down. Sweep your hands out to a T shape, and place your fingertips on the ground. Lift the palms up so you make like a tent shape with the hands. And then just slide your fingertips 5-6 inches closer to your body, bend the elbows, and lift them straight up. Keep the elbows lifted up, press into your hands, and lift the head, neck, and chest. And like a cobra, but your arms are out, keep those elbows lifted. And then lower the right shoulder down. Ooh, you feel that shoulder stretch? Mm-hmm. Come back to center, and lower the left. Go a couple times side to side. You can hold for a few breaths if that feels right, or you can keep consistent movement with your breath. Couple more breaths to even this out from side to side as needed. When you feel like you're complete, come back to center, lower all the way down. Just pause, we'll catch up to each other. Beautiful. Child's pose when you're ready, press into your hands, lift your hips up and back, and again, plant your hands. Try to hold on as you press the hips back so you're stretching out. Nice. On your next inhale, arch through the spine, cat pose, come all the way up. As you exhale, lengthen out the spine, curl your toes under, and lift your hips, downward facing dog. Begin to take a slow walk forward, one footprint at a time, until your feet end up between your hands. Top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway up, and exhale, fold. Do that 3 more times. Just follow your breath. Inhale, lift halfway. Keep the spine as straight as possible the whole time. Exhale, fold. Really good. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. One more time. Ragdoll. Bend your knees, grab the opposite shoulders or opposite elbows, sorry. And just let your arms be weights. And just play with the bend of your knees. So I notice if I straighten my knees, the stretch goes from the low back to the back of the legs. If I bend the knees, the stretch seems to translate into the back instead. So you're looking for a little lower back lengthening, stretch feeling. So bend those knees until you really feel that. And then rock slightly side to side. Good. Now, keeping your knees bent, drop your hands down to the ground and start to unroll yourself one vertebra at a time. Coming up slowly to standing. A couple shoulder rolls, inhale the shoulders forward and up. Exhale and back and down. Take your time. This is your time. It's your practice, your body. As you're ready, inhale, lift the arms up. As you exhale, place the palms together, sit back and down, chair pose, Uttanasana. Sit as low as you can, and then inhale, stand all the way back. Do that 2 more times. Exhale, sit. And inhale, rise. Just feel your glutes, your legs kind of coming online, coming to life. Good. This time settle into a seat, Uttanasana. Put all of your weight into your left leg. Place your right foot on top of your left thigh. You can reach with the hands and literally use your arms to find that placement. But once you do, flex your right foot and press the outer right ankle down into the top of your left thigh, engaging the right butt cheek. Yeah, good. Now sit your hips back a little bit farther in space. Okay.
Sometimes it's not happening. Of course.
Okay. One more deep breath here. Beautiful job, guys. As you inhale, stand up. Keep the right knee lifted. Take your arms up over your head. We call this Karate Kid pose. As you exhale, step back. I want you to imagine you're pushing something really heavy with your right foot. Reach all the way back. I find it helpful for the arms to go forward. It counterbalances your body. And then step your foot back. Inhale, lunge pose. Settle in. So open up your feet. Find the right shape. Lunge pose. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, vertical twist to your left. Good. So to your left. Yeah, there you go. Just pause for a moment. Find the twist. Bend into your right knee, or left knee, sorry. It tends to unbend. Take the right hand down and place the back of your hand on the outside of your knee. And then just start to slide the forearm down. Come down until your knee, or your elbow is on the outside of your knee. Then bend your elbow, place the palms together, and use your arms to twist. Woo. Bend the left knee. Take a nice deep breath in. Let it out. And then just do that again. Breath in. Let it out. One more time. All the way out. Now on your inhale, lead with the right arm, reach it forward, and then up over your head, and open up into Warrior Two. As you inhale, straighten out your left leg and reach your arms up over your head. As you exhale, bend your knee, arms down, parallel to the ground. And inhale, straighten the leg, lift the arms up. Exhale down. So good, you guys. Do that one more time. Just find a nice little rhythm. Warrior Two, pause. Right, the torso, the hips are turned towards the longer edge of your mat. Just your head, your neck turns to look forward. Just feel the strength in your body. Right? Feel the stillness. Reconnect to your breath. Two more deep breaths here. Really good. Now lift your right arm up and swing it all the way down Place your hands on either side of your left foot. Put your right knee down. Walk your left foot in so it's about midway on your mat. Good. You'll keep your left ankle or heel right where it is, but turn the toes to the left about 45 degrees. Good, and then roll onto the pinky edge of your foot. Yeah, this is called nuclear pigeon. So for some, hips back gets you a much deeper stretch on the left hip. For some, hip forward is a deeper stretch. You can kind of play. Hips forward, back, I kind of like the movement. You can stick with one or the other, you can move back and forth. Wherever you are though, encouragement to close the eyes and just be in this sensation in your body. We'll be here for about like 7, 8 more breaths, just really allowing some time. These are big muscle groups, the hips and the glutes. And they tend to need time to loosen and to open up. Keep your breath steady. Two more breaths, everyone. Beautiful. Straighten out your left leg. This is a good place for your blocks. You're going to turn so that the heel is on the ground, lift the toes up. And so for me, I need to slide my left heel forward so that the hips are pretty much right over the right knee instead of behind it. So just kind of find that shape, this is half Hanumanasana. Curl the toes back towards your body. You can use the blocks. I find it helpful to use the blocks so that my spine stays straight rather than like rounding the spine to get down. It actually increases the stretch in the back of the leg. Make sure that your left leg is straight but not locked. You're actively keeping it straight. Pull the left hip crease back. Good. I'm going to turn towards you so you can see this because this is fun. So left toes fall down to the left, so the outer edge of your foot comes down towards the ground. Then point your toes and swing your toes forward. And then roll to the arch side of your foot. And then pull the toes back towards your body. Good. Big circles. Do that a few times. You might find a new relationship to the back of your legs, your outer hips. Again, encouragement to close the eyes and just be in the sensation. Be in the movement, be in the breath. Couple more circles, you guys. Excellent. When you feel like you're complete, we'll come right into a lunge. So the sole of the left foot comes down. I usually have to pull my heel back a little bit. And then let the hips come down and forward here. And you can use your blocks. Start to pull the belly back away from the thigh. And then eventually hands come to the thigh. Keep pulling the belly back away from the thigh. You should feel a stretch down the front of the right thigh. Reach the right arm up and get long all the way through the right side of your body and then lean slightly to the left. Whew. Good, inhale, come back up, reach both arms up. As you exhale, place your hands down on the ground. Now the right hand comes to the ground or to a block. Whenever you choose, bend the right knee, reach the left arm up and back with the palm up, and see if you can grab onto your right foot. If you can't, just stay in this shape, kind of reaching. Let the left knee bend a little more, and take a couple breaths. Here you go, 2 more deep, full breaths here. Beautiful. With control, sweep your left arm up, lower the right foot down, and come back into a lunge. Step your left foot back, tabletop. Curl your toes under, and nice and slowly lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. And really focus on lengthening the back so those hips lift up and back. Keep the knees bent. And when you're ready, one footprint at a time, slowly take a walk forward until your feet end up in between your hands. Inhale, lift halfway up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, reach the arms out to the side and up over your head. Bring the palms together, sit down low as you can go. And then inhale all the way back up. 2 more times. This last one will settle in. Uttasana, chair pose. The weight goes into your right foot, the left foot comes up. Just stay in chair again. That's better for you. Flex the left foot. Press the left outer ankle down to the top of your right thigh until you really feel your left glute engaging. Now use that to lift the left hip slightly. Sit back. Find your breath. One more deep breath, and as you inhale, straighten up, left knee lifts, arms come up over your head. As you exhale, press the left foot back. Reach the arms forward, it tends to counterbalance the body. So you're kind of in warrior 3 for a second, then lower the left foot down into a lunge. Arms lift up. Take a second to find the right stance. And then a vertical twist to your right. So the left hand goes forward and the right arm goes back. Bend into your right knee. It tends to straighten when you twist. Whew. Breathe here. All right, the left hand comes down to touch the outer edge of the right knee. And then slowly lower your forearm down. Slide it down the outside edge of your knee until your elbow and knee come together. Then bend, place the palms together like you're praying, and use your arms to twist. Straighten your left knee, bend your right knee. Breathe. In through the nose, out through the nose. And then just do it again. In through the nose, out through the nose. And then last one. Good. Now lead with the left arm, reach it forward and then up over your head. Pivot your back foot down, warrior 2. Which pose is this? Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, straighten the right knee, reach your arms up over your head. Exhale, bend. And follow your breath, a couple more of these. Good, last one. Warrior 2, pause. So keep turning the hips towards the longer edge of your mat. Look over the right hand, so it's just your neck that's twisting and looking forward. Just find your focus, right? Find your steadiness and your strength. Sweep your left arm up over your head and then all the way down, placing your hands on either side of your right foot. Put your left knee down. And then walk your right foot over until it's pretty much right at the center of your mat. Heel stays where it is. Turn the toes to the right, about 45 degrees. And then come onto the pinky edge of your right foot. Nuclear pigeon again. So either hips are back or hips are forward, or you find a little movement between the two. Your body will tell you what's right. It could even be different from side to side, so just listen. Encouragement to close the eyes and just be in the sensation in your body. And again, we'll take 6, 7, 8 more breaths here. Give yourself time. Give yourself the gift of presence. Just being in your breath and being in the sensations. No agenda. No need to be anywhere else. Couple more breaths. Okay. So bend into your knee, place your foot flat on the ground, come back to like a more traditional lunge. You can use your blocks here if it's helpful. I did Hanumanasana first, didn't we? Hips back to the right over the left knee and straighten out the right leg. So you might need to slide your heel forward. Roll the toes back. Again, we'll find this really wonderful movement. So the toes fall down to the right, pinky edge of the foot comes down to the ground or towards the ground, and then point your toes forward and then roll to the arch side of your foot and then back. Oh yeah. Again, encouragement to close the eyes. Just be in what you're doing. Be in what you're feeling. And a couple more circles with your right foot. When you feel complete, come back into a lunge. So I need to slide my heel back, bend the knee, and then let the hips come down and forward. We can use the blocks. So just come up onto the tips of your fingers and work to strengthen your core. So you're pulling your belly button back, but you're not unbending the right knee. You're not leaning back. You're pulling the core back. Then place your hands on top of the right thigh. And really pull the belly back away from the thigh a little more. Left arm lifts. Get long all the way up the left side of your body and lean to the right. Just breathe here. Good. Inhale, both arms reach straight up. As you exhale, place your hands down. Left hand can either be on the ground or a block. Lift the left foot up and swing the right arm all the way up and around. See if you can grab onto your foot. If not, just stay here with the arm reaching towards the foot. Perfect pose. We'll just take a couple deep breaths. Keep a deep bend in the right knee. Draw your belly button back and twist from the low belly and ribs. One more deep breath. We'll come out of this with control. So the right arm lifts up, the left foot slowly lowers down until you're right back in a lunge. Good. And then step your right foot back. Ooh. And go ahead and sit down on top of your heels and grab your bolster. If you're at home, you can use a blanket rolled up or a pillow. Nice thick one from your couch seems to work well. We'll just put it across the mat. Right at about the center of your mat too, ish. And then take both of your blankets and put them over to the left side of your mat. You may or may not need them, so just depends on your body. Last thing you'll need to do for setup is take one block or water bottle if you're at home and just put it to the top of your mat on the high setting. Good. Move your bolster back a little bit. Even more. Maybe you might want to slide your body back here. Good. Okay, now turn so that your knees are pointing to the left and put your right hip down onto the ground. Feet are behind you. Right hip on the ground. There you go. Then reach the right arm over the bolster and slide it forward. Right side of your body lies down onto the bolster. Make sure your right hip stays on the ground. The right shoulder may or may not come to the ground. It's negotiable. Can you see me? Yeah. Now, I find it comfortable to reach the right arm out and put my head on my right arm. A lot of people don't. So that's what your blankets are for. So if you want to use the blankets as a pillow for your head, you're welcome to just pull them over, find something comfortable. You can also lift your head and your shoulder up to mitigate the depth of the stretch. This is the side body stretch, left side of your body. You should feel some lengthening. Then the last thing, reach your left arm over your head and just feel around for that block you left there. Move the block, side to side or turning it slightly until you find a place where your left hand can rest on the block without needing to hold on in any way. If you feel anything in the left shoulder that's uncomfortable, unwanted, just don't do the extension of the left arm. You can pull it in and place the elbow kind of on your ribs instead. Eyes closed here. Focus on a few deep breaths. Find some stillness in your physical body. Let's extend the breath slightly. So finding a slower and deeper inhalation. And then a slower, fuller exhalation. Just do that a few times, extending your breath each time. Slower, deeper inhale. Slower, fuller exhale. Do it in a way that feels comfortable, good in your body, where you don't feel like you're going to gasp for air at any point in time. Where you can naturally lengthen your breath. So you can stay here in this side body stretch, or you can take it into a slight back bend. It moves the stretch to the front of the left ribs. So what you'll do is just move the left shoulder back a little bit. You'll probably need to move your block. Yeah. So it feels like you're doing just a tiny bit of a twist, a tiny bit of a back bend over the bolster. Now we'll find a little breath practice, pranayama. We call it 5-part breath. It's sort of simple, sort of complicated all at the same time. As you breathe in, you're going to segment your breath into 5 parts. So you'll breathe in, pause, breathe in, pause, breathe in again, pause, breathe in 4th time, pause, breathe in all the way, that's your 5th segment. Hold it for a moment, and then slowly breathe out through the nose. So do that a couple rounds to get used to the segmented breath. 5 parts, inhale, pause, 5 times. And then a slight hold at the top. And let your breath out slowly and steadily. And do it again. If you're comfortable with the breath and you want to add a little visualization to it, what that is on the first inhale, you visualize the bottom of your sacrum, your Muladhara chakra. Second breath in, you visualize the center of your pelvis, second chakra. Third inhalation, visualize basically the belly button area, your third chakra. Fourth breath, visualize the center of your chest or heart chakra. And then the fifth breath is the center of the throat. And then you breathe in. Take a few more breaths. On your next inhalation, pull the left arm in and then turn your chest down towards the ground. So you're kind of forward over the bolster. And just take a couple breaths into your upper back. There you go. When you're ready, mostly using the strength in your arms, start to lift yourself up about halfway. So you'll just come up halfway and then roll over the back of your hips. Knees lift up. You'll turn towards the back of your mat. So you roll around to the other side. So now the left hip is on the ground. The knees point to the right. Reach the left arm out. Lower the left side of your body down into the bolster. And just take some time to set yourself up. Maybe it's comfortable for your head to come all the way down to the ground. Maybe it's comfortable for the head to rest on the left arm. Or you're using some configuration of blankets instead. Once you are comfortable though, reach the right arm up over your head and feel around for the block. And move that block until you can extend out your right arm without having to hold on. Again, if it's uncomfortable or painful at all in the right shoulder, just pull the right arm in, elbow rests against the ribs instead. Take a few deep breaths, settle in. Find some stillness. Find some release. Now, if you did it on the first time or the first side, you can lean the left shoulder slightly back. So you'll turn the chest a little bit upright. So it feels just like a little slight back bend. The block will probably need to move to your left. Or right. Is that right? I don't know. We're all upside down and turned around. 5 parts breath again. 5 segmented breaths. Inhale. And slow, steady exhalation. Again, on the first Sip of air, visualize your root chakra. Second sip of air, visualize your sacral chakra. Third sip of air, visualize your navel chakra. Fourth sip, heart chakra. Fifth sip, throat. And then breathe out. Couple more breaths here. On your next inhale, pull the right arm in and then lean forward a little. Chest turns downright or downward towards the ground. Take a couple breaths into your upper back. Using your arms, press up. And then swing your legs all the way around and place them on top of the bolster. Now I need to scooch everything forward a little bit so the bolster comes forward too. And then lie back. Supported Shavasana. Not a short Shavasana. You can choose to just come into a seat if you prefer. Let your jaw relax. Feel your top eyelids closing down to the bottom eyelids. And then imagine your eyes are sinking backwards into your head. Every exhalation you take, those eyes sink back, a little darker, a little heavier. Begin to wiggle your fingers, your toes. Just find a little bit of movement. You can move your head side to side a couple times if you'd like. Open and close your jaw a few times. Really open the jaw and stick the tongue out. When you are ready, hug your knees into your chest. Roll over onto one side into a fetal position. And as you inhale, press up into a seat. And just find a comfortable seat, whatever that means. It could be the legs are straight out. It could be that your legs are crossed. And place your hands together in front of your heart, Anjali Mudra. And we'll close our practice today with one Om, followed by Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Hi. Let's take a breath together first. Inhale through the nose. And exhale. Breath into Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bow your head to your heart. To the light that shines in every one of us, I bow. Namaste. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was so good to have each and every one of you in class and everybody at home as well. Thank you. If you need anything at all from me, just ask. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your week. Well, actually, weekend, huh?
That was really nice.
Thank you.